Was I just going to do an intro? A little bit different.
Hi everyone, this is Norman Koshner. I'm actually a little bit excited because my rugby league side, the South Sydney Rabbitohs. I better put the hat on, the correct hat, guys. This is the hat I should be wearing today. It's this hat, the South Sydney Rabbitohs. I'm a little bit emotional because they've just won a game 36-16. Beram, come on, please. Come on now if you want to. In fact, there's my South Sydney Rabbitohs football team, the rugby league side. You know the team I've been talking about a lot? Well, they've just beaten Manly 36-16. That means they're in the grand final next week. It's like the IPL grand final, but in rugby league. And South Sydney will play the winner of Melbourne and Penrith. Melbourne and Penrith play tomorrow. But South have won the other semi-final. That's why they won it to play 36-16 against arch rivals Manly. And yes, I'm very excited, guys. So that's what we're talking about. So, but today's game, of course, in the cricket, not the soccer, the cricket is, of course, between two Indian powerhouses and Royal Challengers Bangalore, and of course the mighty Chennai Super Kings with Kohli versus Dhoni. They're both in great form. So, anything special for my excitement? Of course, my excitement, of course, is because South Sydney Rabbitohs have won 36-16. I'm going to play the interview while we're talking, by the way, guys.
Yes, I think when you're looking at it it's been pretty consistent with the obstruction this year. So I think
it's a great situation. Can a pole dance laugh? Can we another pole dance? But I tell you what, I've certainly gone for it on my social media. I hate Manly. We're just beating them. They're South Sydney. So excuse the hat today. We'll have eyes on cricket for sure, but we'll have more about South Sydney Rabbitohs today in the early stages. So the South Sydney Rabbitohs won 36-16. Alex Johnson, who I know, and I might even be going to the game actually, guys. It's actually in Queensland, and it'll be great to go and watch.
As I said, and then once you start to get that in balance, you start to fatigue a little bit.
It's certainly a brilliant performance from the old South. They beat, as I said, Manly 36-16. They led 20-0 at half time. So they lost the second half 16-12, but it doesn't matter.
It was right from the start of the day, really, wasn't it? Yeah, so it was just one of those things. It was just a rough start, but we got through that. Yeah.
Anyway, so today's game is so crucial for the RCB unit. Of course, Mumbai Indians are suffering. They've gone down to, they're equal fourth. They're effectively sixth. So the top 8 teams, as we know it now, Delhi Capitals are still there, followed by CSK, followed by RCB, and then we have KKR in fourth. Then I believe it is Rajasthan Royals fifth, and sixth is Mumbai Indians, seventh is Punjab, and eight, of course, is who else but Sunrisers Hyderabad. Female for Rabbit, Norman. What are you saying? Rabbitohs, yes. My Rabbitohs, I want you all to note that. Champion side. Absolutely a champion side. So I'm extremely happy. The grand final next week, we last won a grand final in 2014, which is some 7 years ago. We've won 21 premierships, the most of any other club ever since 1908. So effectively in 113 years, we've won the most premierships. We won 21 premierships in 113 and 114, actually. I think it's 113 in total. So that's a pretty good effort. That's one in every 5 we won since they got. That's pretty good. And there's no reason. And of course, Alex Johnson scored his 29th try today, which is magnificent. I'm very happy, guys. Okay. Every year. It's on every year. Yes, it's on every year since 1908. So effectively 114 years of premierships. 114 years it's been on every single year through wars and everything. And South Sydney won 21 of those 113. And if they win next week, it'll be their 22nd, which is huge. The nearest to them is, I think, Eastern Suburbs Roosters 15 and St George with 15. So the next club is 6 or 7 premierships behind. What's your prediction for today's match? Well, I did say Old Gold, Baramarani. I said Old Gold. Old Gold was, of course, last night's winner was KKR. They beat Mumbai Indians. And I don't think we really expected that KKR came out with it being Old Gold, which is another one of my predictions. The previous prediction was, of course, Dave Warner out for the third ball for a duck. FS, I'm doing fantastic. The reality is my team has just won their way through to the grand final in rugby league. South Sydney Rabbitohs. There it is. There it is. I'm a member. 2021 member. Can you see that? There it is. There we are. So yeah, I'm very happy indeed. It's a very big moment for me. The team obviously has deserved their position. So onto the cricket. Baramarani, come and join me. You should be here now. I would like you to be here.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yes, it's been a great development platform, that's for sure. And we'll harness it going forward.
We've certainly got a long way to go. I've only been on for 6 minutes, so my prediction for today's match, we've got. I'm going to say RCB only. Well, for starters, they're of a gold colour, but RCB need to win more than CSK, and if they don't win today, they could be in a bit of trouble. So I think they really will be in the mood to win more. That's the only reason why I'm saying. I think Dhoni, even though they're a great side, is not necessarily as motivated as what RCB is, to be honest. But we'll see. Very, very important game for RCB, to be honest. Yeah, so this interview was quite important to me. And
the key decisions that they've made around that, the way that they've gone about keeping this magnificent game rolling.
So you're talking Baramarani and Samant, you're talking about a movie called Donnie Ma Raha High. I think I've seen the movie that time.
To all the players that have jumped on board with it, I think it's been a real positive mindset and growth set for the game. And to all the staff, the various HPU staffs and everybody that's worked so hard behind the scenes, and not just our club really, but all of them.
Yeah, it's a great. I'm listening to a guy called Des Hasler now. If ever you've seen someone look like me, have a look at this guy. Can you see him there?
It's been part to be part of. So
it's my little backdrop there.
Thank you to all those that have contributed in that way. Thank you very much. Cheers.
We've got a question from the fans. So, DC, your question is, what are you most proud of from your team this season, and how do you see that carrying on?
Virat Kohli's pulling away from captaincy, sign losing confidence. Your views, Norman? No, I don't think it's a matter of confidence. I think it's a matter that he feels that he needs to. He wants to have longevity in his performance.
Even close to
the longevity of his performance is based on him playing, not having as much pressure,
and just fighting our way through a season. And that's probably just reminded me, Des.
Yeah. So really, it's a matter of South Sydney. South Sydney. Let's get this right. It's a matter of RCB wanting to keep Kohli play. And for Kohli to keep playing, he needs to bat well. And that's his plan. If they have another captain, so be it. In terms of his T20 format, well, really, he's playing 3 formats. You don't normally captain all 3 formats.
Or the bloke sitting next to you.
Yeah, I think they're sort of right in the picture.
Yeah, so look, I don't think FS that if Virat Kohli's pulling away from captaincy. He's captain for a long time. His Test captaincy has been outrageous. 59%, 38 wins. I think 68 or 69, whatever it is, a huge number of. I think 65. I can't even remember now, but it's a huge number of matches. He's actually. Basically, the reality is he has been a champion player and captain of the Test side. Done extremely well with the ODIs as well. The reality is with T20s, he can't do all 3 all the time. And if he backs off and now concentrating on other than T20, well, that's great. I don't think it's a sign of losing confidence. No, nothing to do with confidence at all. I don't think it's confidence related at all. So there you go. Baram, if you can make comments by messaging, you should be able to come on the show itself. But South Sydney have scored, I don't know how many tries they've won. They've won, and that's what I. Let me have a look how many. Let me see how many. So, what are your thoughts, guys? I've given you my thoughts. I think that RCB need to win and will win. So it's a matter of whether they do that in their performance. It's a really big test. A real big test for them, I think. It's an enormous. Okay, so 3. It's extremely important that you're waxing your hands and legs, Baram. I don't believe. Which VPN you use? Which VPN? I use this. It's called StreamYard. The platform is StreamYard, StreamYard. We are going to process it through YouTube. Why is there a problem? Why are you asking, Harsh? I'm not sure why. RCB have changed their last match playing 11. We'll wait and see about that. There's nothing conclusive been told about that at all at this point. So I don't see any evidence of any change at this point. But there's certainly a lot of emphasis now. It's going to heat up. Clearly, with Delhi Capitals first and CSK second, they're both in box seats to be the final four. RCB need to win a few. If they start losing, they could be in a bit of a worrying situation. Mumbai Indians have slid to 6th. As I said, still on equal points for the 4th. They're 6th. There's still a long way to go. This is only the 35th match. We still have another, 21 matches, including tonight, 22 matches to go. So there's a lot riding on this, guys. It's stats. Let's look at some stats here. Yeah, there's no doubt that a lot going for it. Now, we've got a guy called Benji Marshall, who you don't know, but you will know about. He plays for South. He has played 345 games for not just South, but everybody, and he's in his last year. Okay. All right. Let's have a look here. India won the T20 World Cup today. The first today, you mean today back in the original day? Yeah, okay. So vintage Kohli has to free up his mind. That's the issue. And this is an important discussion, guys. I'm just going to listen now.
So, guys, we're kind of going to do a semi-formal. I'll ask a few questions, open it up to the local media, and then to
this is a coach.
You'll love that, Wayne. So stay tuned for that.
Wayne Bennett with Captain Adam Reynolds.
So thanks for joining us for the Rabbitohs post-match press conference. In the wake of their impressive semi-final victory here tonight, we're joined by their coach, Wayne Bennett, and their captain, Adam Reynolds. Adam, I'll start with you. You get to add to that grand final you played in 2014. After waiting so long, how special is that feeling to get another one?
Yeah, it's something that we obviously strive to achieve every year. Certainly a hard thing to do. Obviously, we've been in a number of processes now and failed, but obviously this year we got the job done. Obviously satisfied with the victory tonight, but obviously there's one more to go.
And Wayne, your takeaways from that performance, what impressed you tonight?
Mainly our defence, I think it was, we fell apart a little bit there at the end, but they're all thinking about next week by that stage. The game was well won, it was over, so I just like the way we defended tonight. We got a little bit of luck in the first half there with a couple of tries they scored. But in result, you need a bit of luck too.
Yep, so we'll just open up to media questions.
Adam, were you sort of carrying an injury tonight? You sort of taking much and that sort of thing. Was there an injury there?
I just had a little groin niggle, nothing too serious. Taffy was hitting him sweet during the week, so thought to give the young bloke a go.
When did that decision get made? Was that quite a late sort of decision, or?
Yeah, well, Adam's on the plan.
Morgan will pay. Morgan will pay, or it's okay. Let's go through this question.
He couldn't do his kick.
Can you tell me why Morgan?
We knew that. We didn't know if he'd get through the game either.
Yeah, Morgan will play because he was captain. He was responsible. But the club pitch. The club pitch. Bear with me, guys. Listen, this is very important.
Did you put your hand up and say you
I didn't send him text messages. I don't do text.
Did you put your hand up, Adam, and say that you were team to play and sort of keen to play through the injury?
Yeah, I was obviously wanting to be out there tonight with the team. There was a little moment in the change rooms there where me and Wayne sort of looked at each other, but there was never really seriously going to miss the game.
Did you need a needle or anything?
No.
You ran a little bit of issue this week, something you have to manage?
No, he's got 9 days recovery. He had it only 3 days ago, so 4 days ago, so he'll be fine.
So we're talking about injuries, guys. This may not be very good viewing, but two of our gems here. Wayne Bennett, he has coached 889 games and has a very high record. He's like Donny to you.
My attitude to all of this as the season unfolded, not to, dwell on grand finals because there's so many bridges you got to cross before you get there. So I've just been ticking them all off and not thinking about the week ahead. So I came here tonight knowing that, we'd lost 3 prelims in a row, 2 of them with me as coach, and we've, fallen at the last moment. So the last thing I want to think about was what next week might hold for us.
You build teams on individuals.
So the South Sydney Rabbitohs won the grand final. This is breaking news. This is worldwide, big guys. Obviously, the cricket, we're going to get to the cricket very shortly.
I've coached in so many situations, I just, you're always going to have that moment where you lose that player you don't want to lose. But if that's the end of your season, then what do you...
He's coached in 73 finals. Amazing. As coach.
Something I made up as to how I've always been as a coach, and I could go back early in my coaching career to players that I've lost with injuries, and for a season, whatever, we still did remarkable things. So it is about the team, it's never about the individual.
He's coached 4 different clubs, like RCB, Delhi Capitals, CSK, and Roseland Royals. He's coached them all to winning the premiership.
But the players are great with him, you can't underestimate what Adam and Cody bring to him and how they help him on the field, and Damien Cook. So it's a wonderful team that these guys, and they've done a great job this year. They've won 22 out of 26 games or something. Pretty remarkable.
Wayne, just on Adam's impact, I guess, just in those late stages of the game, and it's time getting back into it almost. I guess, does that say a lot about just the impact that Adam has on this team when he goes off?
Don't talk.
Yeah. Oh, what?
Don't talk about it.
No, okay, mate. No, it's someone else.
Wayne, you've been at the grand final stage so many times, but after you were let go by the Broncos, is this probably one of your greatest triumphs given...
Man is 71 years of age. Now, we talk about coaching, guys, and people like the Indian coaching, once you reach 60, you stop. Well, the reality is he's 71 and he's bringing teams to grand final. Age isn't irrelevancy.
So for South to open the door for you, that was a...
Well, that was a huge thing. And I will say publicly, they undermined me in the conversation.
I'm not public. This is just about sport. It's not about what I'm thinking. So who's speaking in the background? It's Cricket Legends. That's a person who's a coach of another rugby league team talking post-match. It's an interview. It's free to use. It's public information. It's a press conference, like I would do with the English press conference. It's just happening now. So it's a big deal for me. My South Sydney Rabbitohs have made the grand final the first time since 2014. And it's the 22nd time, well, the 22nd, if they win it, it'll be the 22nd victory. And the last time was 1971, which I was there for. Then 2014, so 43 years between the 71 grand final win and the 2014 grand final win. And now we are 2021 into another. Very exciting.
Well, they felt a lot of things. I wasn't listening to them. Why? Because I spent a lot
889 premiership games he has coached. 889. Next will be 890. Can you imagine coaching 889 anything? That's to be coached that long. He must be good. 4 different teams. I think he's had the Broncos, St George, South. I'm trying to think of others. Maybe Canberra. Because with Newcastle as well.
Didn't have the ambition anymore and the passion for it. But I'm not at that stage.
Adam, what has Wayne done for this club over the time he's been...
So, very soon we'll be talking a lot about Chennai Super Kings versus RCB. RCB Need to win. Part of me was we're talking about first and foremost this team here. This is the South Sydney Rabbitohs. It's a rugby league team that has been around since 1908. It's my team. That's what it is. I'm looking at that. Footy's not my first love. Footy's an equal love with cricket and football. They're both seasonal. Football you play in winter, cricket you play in summer. And I've been part of the Rabbitohs since when I was born, basically. So it's just like an Indian heritage type of thing for you guys. And they didn't win for 43 years. So imagine India not winning for 43 years. And when they eventually did, it's a big deal. Well, that happened 7 years ago, which was massive. And since then, they've done very well. They've gone very close a few times. But this year, they're in the big one. It's not AFL. No, it's not AFL. It is rugby league. Rugby league. Okay?
Well, if I want to coach,
you need to be aware of this, sir.
I have to adapt. It's as simple as that. There's no grey areas for me. And if I don't want to adapt, then I move out of coaching because my time's up.
What are the messages, guys? Rugby league.
Whatever undermine means, Peter, you work it out. Go and look at the dictionary.
Is there a part of you that thinks you needed a bit of a sterner test leading into next week? Like, was this the right game for you guys?
Well, what we've had, we didn't play.
And the team is the colours here.
They had a week off. They came back and we played Penrith, which was the plan to be fresh for that game, and we were.
Red.
We've had another week off and come to this game. We needed this game tonight. We need to win this game, and we need to play next week. We don't need another week off. We play better when we play week after week. But it's worked out great for us. There's a risk factor here involved, and we took the risk, and it's worked out for us.
What's the secret to getting grand final week right?
What's that?
What's the secret to getting the grand final week right?
So there we are. This is red and grey. It's the rugby league team, South Sydney Rabbitohs, red and green. If you go to rabbitohs.com.au, you'll also be able to see it.
Have you learned anything?
I'm going to have a look here.
Craig, guys like Alan Langer and Kevin Walters, what about Cody Walker? Does he just have that natural gift and awareness for the game?
Yeah, he's
and I've had some of the guys on the show too. Remember Steve Maven has been on the show, and people like Darren Brown have been on the show. They're both South Sydney former players, and they're ecstatic.
To take the moment, grab it, wonderful. Put the ball in his hands, great pass. But he's got great footwork and speed himself, so he's a real threat.
So they're my two hats. I've got eyes on cricket, which is this one. Eyes on cricket, or I put on my Rabbitohs hat. That's my choice tonight. I think I'm going to leave this on for a little bit of time, though, guys.
Well, I'm going to go home.
Are you there? Harsh Gupta, I am here. What do you mean? Of course I'm here.
50 points, Wayne.
Pardon?
The team has
5 versus ice. Well, no, I don't think it's quite 5 versus ice. The Myrtle and red. That's the red and green.
You should see what we've done since then. So that's not relevant.
Well, I don't want you just to duly note them. I want everybody from India. I want everybody. This is all of you. I'm demanding you to become rugby league supporters. The South Sydney Rabbitohs. That's who you are going to support. All right.
I won't make any comments about anything I don't have to make any comments about. So we've both moved on, I'm sure. So I've moved on. I'm sure he has.
Do you have a preference, Craig or Robin?
No, they've got to sort that out tomorrow. The win that we had kind of changed the whole format of the final series 2 weeks ago, and that's where it's at. They play each other. I think everyone thought
he's an amazing man. If you this man, Wayne Bennett, should coach cricket. Doesn't matter what sport he coaches.
So everyone won't be coming.
How was his KKR performance? It was very solid. Actually, a lot of their KKR players played very well, including Shubman Gill, Tuati. They all played very well. They bowled pretty soundly too. But I thought Mumbai Indians were going to really do well when you see Rohit Sharma batting so well. But I did predict KKR to win. I had old gold, which is indicative of their colour. But RCB will be certainly. I'm just fanboying now. Why am I fanboying now?
Every week, that's
why am I not fanboying at all?
He's been wonderful for us, hasn't he?
KKR, by the way, was my original team. I was a Kolkata fan before I was in any other team. I like Delhi Capitals more because I think they're going to win it
I think so.
this year.
Yeah, but I just like a lot of us,
But-
you don't want to fend for and fuss about. But
Really, I thought Mumbai were going to. I actually predicted KK to win. That was more of a fluke, but I did. And the reality is that I thought Mumbai really needed to win more, and they lost it, which was quite a shock.
What will you need to improve on after tonight's performance going into next week? What areas?
Just generally right across the park. Our attack can be a bit better, our defence can be a bit better, so we just need to improve those little 1%ers and just keep asking questions of the
See, vintage RCB lose like they always do. That's a rather. So you think they can lose over rugby?
yeah, no, not really.
I'm not preaching. I'm very excited. If India just were, if this was the semi-final of the World Cup, and we just watched India win, you'd be all excited, wouldn't you? Because they're in the final next week. It'll be huge. So it will be a high scoring match at Sharjah. Sharjah is a very small ground. You're right.
Thank you.
And I'm getting told I'm supposed to drink now, so that's finished.
The coach Wayne Bennett and the captain Adam Reynolds will line up for their final game for the Rabbitohs next weekend. They are through to the grand final off the back of a superb performance.
It's amazing. 36-6 in the last. I'll talk about it. The Rabbitohs have won 36 points to 16. Puts them through to the grand final. All right, guys. All right, now we'll move. I can move on to cricket now. I don't think you realise how excited I get. My big man just went messing with you. Okay, good. The fact is, so the reality is, this match we're going to be seeing today between RCB and Chennai, which starts in 58 minutes' time, is there's some more. Okay. So the big thing about RCB, of course, is they need to lift themselves up to being all out for 92, which was quite a disappointment.
Hello, Norman.
Baram has finished waxing his arms and legs. Is that right?
Yeah. How do they look?
I can't even shave this, let anything else. Why do you shave it? You shave your arms and legs?
No, I was joking, Norman. Just
okay.
pulling it.
So what team is this?
Rabbitohs.
Good. Now, how you're saying you don't know much about rugby. That's not good enough. You are now to go and do your homework, because next weekend, South Sydney Rabbitohs will play in the grand final, Baram. The grand final which is huge. It's huge. If they win it, it'll be the 22nd victory in 113 years. Pretty good average, isn't it? To win 22.
Norman, is Rabbitohs that they play, is it Aussie rule football, or that's something different?
No, that's something different.
Okay.
That's really only played in Australia and only played in Victoria mostly. It's moved to other states, but it's not rugby league's played in Australia. Rugby league's played in New Zealand. It's played in England. It's played in France. It has more countries. Rugby is probably the biggest. Rugby. There's rugby and there's rugby league. They're different. Rugby's like an original form. You could argue rugby. Rugby league split off, but back in 1908. So it's been a different sport for over 100 years. So
is there a championship for the rugby leagues? Do the champions from each league
World
play?
Cup, there's a World Cup.
But World Cup is between countries, right? Like Australia, South Africa, England, I believe Fiji.
Yeah, Tonga, New Zealand, Samoa, Fiji, even Papua New Guinea, Australia, England, France, even countries like Italy play. Yeah, rugby's probably a little bit more in terms of countries around the world. Rugby league's less, but they have a World Cup. They both have World Cups. Absolutely. I mean, India are not involved, of course, but the USA, I think, have gotten involved now too. So it certainly is big. It is big around the world. But Aussie rules, AFL, Australian Football League, which is Aussie rules, is only played in Australia. The only other country that plays something like it is Ireland. They play Gaelic football, but that's a combination. But really, it's almost entirely an Australian sport.
So do
Okay.
you watch that or no? You're not a
I
fan
do,
of
but
that.
I'm not. I do, but that's happening tomorrow night. There's a grand final. It's happening in Perth, but I'm not as excited. In fact, India do have a rugby team. You're right. I think one of my earliest shows we talked about it. There's a team out the west of Sydney that's also an Indian team. But yeah, they play a lot. It's nowhere near as big as cricket or soccer, and rugby is probably bigger. Rugby league is less big, and then AFL's only played in Australia, so that's how it goes. But we won 36-16. I'm so excited. It's such a big deal. I just watched it for the last 2 hours. I went crazy. It was really good.
Kunal has a nice comment looking at current. Even I actually noticed this. What Kunal is commenting that the current.
That's true. It's very, very
and
true.
even on the bowling side, not just batting, but even the bowling.
I mean, Shubman Gill must feel very upset about not making it as well. He was the golden boy. He was the opening batsman for India before they went to England. Now
But
he's not playing.
yesterday's man, Norman, what do you think about Mumbai Indians? I was disappointed as a fan.
Well, I actually said old gold. That was KKR.
I know you said, but now for the next, let's say for the next Mumbai match.
But they started well. They started very well.
Yes,
they batted very. Rohit Sharma and the clock were going fantastically.
The start they came very good. They were like 78 of the first 10 overs, something like that.
Yeah, in my opinion, they look good. They actually look good.
And then they scored just 75 of the next 10 overs.
Yeah, so K12, New Zealand's pretty good at rugby. They're probably the best. Arun says Suncorp was going crazy. Now, Arun Singh, Suncorp Stadium Suncorp's a bank in Australia, and they sponsor this ground in Brisbane. I'm trying to go to Brisbane next week. I'm not supposed to, but I'm going to try and go there. So, never know.
Oh, swimming.
So, all right, okay. So, look, this form at the moment, we have to be careful. We can't take it too seriously. There's still 20-odd matches to go, okay? In terms of the pitch report, it's meant to be a very high-scoring track at Sharjah. It's a very good, solid drop-in type pitch. It'll be a good, clear day, and there's going to be runs galore on this ground. That's what I'm hearing.
You can take example of KKR itself, right? Before the second leg started, I think they were the second last team before Sunrisers Hyderabad, and they played 2 good matches, won, and they are now 4th. So
yeah, it's quite incredible.
Yeah.
Just quickly, which team am I supporting in the IPL? I actually am deep down a KKR supporter, but this season I think it'll be Delhi Capitals. Old Gold was correct. It was dream team. Okay, all right. So, all right. Yesterday's game. Tuati batted well, didn't he? He batted very well.
Tripathi.
Yeah. The batting was solid right through. They knew how they did it very well.
Yeah,
Sorry?
No, I was saying Iyer is like playing amazing.
Yeah. What's his story? What's his story? Do you know what his story is?
Well, he has a very interesting story that he I think studied engineering and was doing his MBA, and he was like he went for he had a day of the exam, so he finished his exam, went for playing a match where his team was 60 for 6 down. He entered and he scored 96 in the remaining part of the day. The next day he came and he scored some 150. And that way he got his Ranji debut. And then he did well in Ranji, and that's how he came over here he got his IPL debut. So he has an interesting story also. And it was his mother who pushed him that you play cricket. It was not like he himself. He himself wanted to study and go in a different line. Whereas his mother pushed him that you play cricket.
So he could go all the way. He could play for the country one day.
Yeah.
So, okay.
And he has a shirt out. He has a very different style of batting.
He's good. I like that. I like that. Mm-hmm. So, the fact is that Chris Ledge should be in the Mumbai side. Yes. You know, I've said that from day one. I think Quinton de Kock should bat towards the middle of the innings, and they should put Chris Lynn as opener. Honestly, that they're making a big mistake there, if you ask me. Don't you? I think he's a great player.
Quinton de Kock, yeah.
Anyway. So RCB only got 92 last game because Virat Kohli got out for a duck, didn't he? And then you had Glenn Maxwell didn't do anything, nor did Maxwell play?
Yeah, he played. He got out for 10 or something. If I'm not
Yeah,
wrong,
that's right.
10 runs.
And
ABD was
Amy
out.
de Villiers also failed. So their big guns failed. They're going to be hurting. But it's still very early on. Things are jumping around so much. But all it's telling me is Delhi Capitals and CSK are the more consistent teams at this point.
Correct.
KKR are proving some worth, yes. But Mumbai Indians and RCB have been very disappointing.
KKR is coming into a very good form. In fact, I would say, Norman, KKR, the way momentum and the team is gelling, the way this continues, I think they can be a team that can even beat Delhi Capitals very easily. Because this is what you need, a team to come into form and go up in a tournament.
So Brendan McCallum is still the coach, isn't he, for KKR?
Yeah.
Because he had a bit of an issue with Owen Morgan. They weren't getting along, it didn't look like, in the first leg. And maybe they've improved that. Maybe they've gotten some sorted out because that was quite noticeable, I thought. There was a problem there for sure. Yeah, all right. So, okay.
Ankit is correcting me. Okay. I read about his engineering MBA, something like that. He had his MBA exam and then he went. So, what he did before his MBA, I was not aware.
Yeah. All right. So, I'm just clearing a few questions. Krishna Mohan's talking about Papua New Guinea. Papua New Guinea play everything. They're good at cricket now as well. Dhoni Zindabad. Yes, that's true. So Dhoni's CSK team are doing very well, Baram. But I just don't know whether RCB, they need to win this because if they don't, they will have some issues later on. They do need to win. At this point, Delhi Capitals
the match, India, the women's match.
Sorry?
The women's match, 3 runs needed in one. The women's match, Australia women need 3 runs in one ball. Or 2 runs in one ball.
Yeah. And
one no ball. Oh my God.
So Australian women need 2 runs from one ball. It's pretty close. Let's have a look at that. That's the story there.
They bowled a no ball.
Beth Mooney is 125 not out, and so is Nicola Carey's on 37. I can actually turn that on. India batted pretty well, I thought.
Beth Mooney. Yeah.
She's batted the entire innings, and they lost Rachel Haynes due to a wrist injury of some sort.
Stoked, Wayne Bennett. He doesn't usually talk too much in press conferences, but
I really do.
They're very nervous. Hang on, one run off. It's one run off. It's one run off one ball.
So what, they ran one or what? So 1 and a no ball. Oh my God.
Yeah.
But they're saying 2 runs in one ball. It's not 1 run of one ball because I think they did not complete the run.
But to win, it was a no ball because it was above shoulder height, and they were caught.
Yeah.
So it's 2 to win, 1 to tie.
Yeah.
2 to win, 1 to tie. Quite an incredible situation.
Where are they playing? In Sydney?
No, they're playing in Mackay, which is in Queensland, but it's about almost an hour north of Brisbane. So it's an area called Mackay, which is a rural town on the coast, known for mining. They don't really play a lot of sport. They're playing there because of the COVID situation. They're keeping it to places which are not COVID. So they're playing all matches in Queensland, the state of Queensland, and Mackay's about maybe an hour and a half, maybe even close to 2 hours north. So Australia need 2 runs off 1 ball. And the Julana's bowling.
What's the field looking like to you? Oh, it's looking like a deep fine here. A cow.
And it's a free hit also. Surprising.
What? Well, it's really an out at the grounds. I'm surprised they even got lights actually. There's no one there, of course. So she's coming to bowl now. And they've got 1 run, and they look like they're going to go for 2, are they? They're going for 2, and they've won. Australia won. Australia scored 2 runs off the last ball, and they have won.
Exciting match. Down to the wire.
Yeah, well, it is, but they lost. I don't know how.
The Indian girls will be disappointed.
They will be disappointed for sure.
Yeah.
But that's a. So let's looking at the scores there. Interesting. Let's have a look. And in the Indian team, Smriti Matandana got 86. Risha Ghosh, who's a very new wicket-keeper batsman, got 44. Verma got 22. Matharaj only got 8. There were 31 extras, which is huge. 31 extras, effectively 5 more overs, isn't it? And they weren't all out. They were 7 down. And then when Australia were in the bat, they lost Alyssa Healy for a duck. But Beth Mooney got 125. In fact, Lanning, Perry, all failed. They were actually at one stage 4 for 52. Then Talia McGrath, who's more of a bowler, got 74. And Nicola Carey got 39. So it was a pretty good victory. They were without Rachel Haynes because Rachel Haynes was injured. So, and both Alyssa Healy and Rachel Haynes played for my club in Sydney. All right. So okay, that was a win to Australia, but it wasn't a Lone was their easy victory. So hats off to any. They've improved a bit. All right, back to the cricket here. Let me have a look here. So Royal Challengers Bangalore, and so looking at the previous match, RCB got 92, which was awful. That's why they have to do well this time. So
there was a very funny meme, like 92 about I think some 7-8 IPLs back when Deepika Padukone, one very famous actress in India.
Yeah, I know who she is. Don't worry, I know.
Yeah, so there was a match against some other team where she said RCB dismissed the other team for 92, and she made a comment that what is this, even 92 is a score or what, and we're jibing. And now when RCB got out at 92, people are jibing at her. So, like karma getting back, something like that.
Well, I mean, we know that Bollywood and cricket are basically mixed in together, aren't they?
Yeah.
They've got that with people owning the team.
Entertainment industry is mixed together.
Shah Rukh Khan owns KKR, does he?
Yeah. Shah Rukh Khan owns KKR, and also Punjab is owned by Preeti Zinta.
Right. Siddharth's asking what's going on with Mumbai Indians. I'll tell you what, if they don't win their next game, they could well be out of the 4 almost immediately. They're going to really struggle. Even though we know they've done it before, we understand that. It doesn't mean they're going to do it again.
All 3, if Mumbai is out, then all 3 also will be happy. DC, RCB, CSK. Mumbai is not in the top 4.
Okay. So Delhi Capitals have had 9 matches with 7 wins. So they need 1 more match to win and they're through. They're in the top 4. CSK, if they win tonight, will need 1 more win and they're through. RCB, however, need at least 3 wins to get through. Which makes
you can get through with 14, right? Or no?
I think 16 will be the score.
Okay.
So Delhi Capitals need 1, CSK need 2, and RCB at this moment need 3. Okay, but KKR are and Rajasthan also got a game up their sleeve, by the way. But Mumbai Indians, they need 4, which is a very, very tall order, if not 5. 4, at least 4. They need 4, which is going to be pretty hard for them to do, considering they've already had 9 matches. How many games do each team play in total? Each
9.
team? No,
Sorry, 7. So total 14.
So they need to play 14 matches each team, correct?
Yeah, correct.
So if Mumbai Indians have played 9, they need to win 4 out of their last 5 matches. So they lose one more match, they're in a lot of trouble. So that's the point. Whereas Delhi Capitals just need to win 1.
Point-wise, see, all 3 are at the same points, right? If I'm not wrong. KKR,
Rajasthan Royals, and Mumbai Indians, you're right. The
Yeah.
point differentiation makes Mumbai Indians 6th. But Rajasthan Royals got a game up their sleeve, which means if they...
Yeah, what I believe, like for 8 teams IPL, they say that if you get 14, you can qualify. You get qualified because other teams, depend on match winning and they say so. Mumbai Indians.
Each team has to win. Each team has to play 14. They need to win 8. Okay, 8 of the 14 to get through to the top 4. And in Mumbai Indians' case, they've only won 4 of 9. So they've got to win out of their last 5 matches. Got to win 4 games, which becomes very difficult. And also get a good run rate or strike rate. So there's a few complications there.
It all depends on how bad the other 4 teams also do. So.
Yeah, but you've got to all you can control is your own team. You can't control the other team. So that's the issue.
I think by Monday it will be good cleared because there will be 2 double headers coming tomorrow. So we would have a good.
Yeah, you think it'll be a bit clearer, but really, DC CSK. I mean, if RCB win tonight, well, they're back in the groove again. But it's going to be between KKR, Rajasthan Royals, and Mumbai Indians, I think. But KKR have to still keep winning too, even though they've won 2 matches. They have to continue winning. They can't just say, "Oh, I'm through."
See, there is even a possibility of RCB if they coming out. Means that's also the way things are going.
What do you mean?
RCB might not be in the top 4.
They have to play very, very badly. Very, very badly. I don't think that I had a look at the teams they're playing against, and I think they've got good chances to get through. But I don't think Mumbai Indians are going to be a chance of winning this year. They may scrape through. There's something not right there. There's something.
The team is not gelling. I don't know. Somewhat there's no gelling of the teams occurring, or that is not there. I see that very well in KKR and DC actually, and CSK to an extent. RCB, somewhat I'm feeling now they are breaking apart.
Yeah, I think the main thing here is it's about team balance, having the right all-rounders with good batters and good bowlers, and DC is a standout. CSK, pretty good too, but we'll see how good they are tonight. Look, CSK should win tonight, actually, but I think RCB will win. My God, last night, I didn't think KKR would have beaten Mumbai Indians, but they did.
So that's your prediction, Norman. RCB will win. We'll take note of that. Take out your crystal ball or chocolate box.
Well, I could go to let's just say
in your Rabbitohs hat.
Cherry ripe. Whose colours are they?
That's a CSK.
CSK. Maybe it's going to be CSK. Maybe very good for RCB. Okay. So there are no new caps distributed to the RCB huddle. So no Tim David yet. will they keep Hasaranga in the small ground, or will they bring in Dan Christian? That's the big question. So that's the question. Okay, they're suggesting that Tim David hasn't been given a berth yet, but the question is whether or not. I think Dan Christian should be there. He's a winning player.
Correct.
If RCB are going to have any chance of winning tonight, they need him there.
Harsh is giving you some tips. Don't drink too much Diet Coke.
I'm going to listen to that because I don't drink Diet Coke. Actually, I drink normal Coke. I'm just going to post that. So,
Satvik,
Tim David. I don't know. Everybody's talking about Tim David. Who the hell is Tim David? I don't know him at all, really. I don't know of his ability whatsoever. Is he that big a deal? I don't know much about it. He's apparently claimed to be Australian. Do you know who he is? I know who he is.
Singapore
but
player.
Do you know much about him?
He's that Singapore player, right? Australian Singaporean.
Yeah, well, I mean, he has played virtually no. He hasn't played much. I don't know where they get these guys from, to be honest with you. He's a big hitter, maybe, but he hasn't played. I mean, playing for Singapore, it doesn't really. I don't know where they get him from.
How much was he paid? How much did they pay?
So Harsh Gupta is saying, watch BBL, watch CPL. I do, but I don't know. I don't follow him, the person I'm talking about. Manu Johnson would have Coke Zero. I like classic Coke because at least that's fattening, but there are more chemicals in Zero Coke than Diet Coke, to be honest.
Yeah.
So don't forget, we call them batters, not batsmen.
Players,
right, so,
fielders, bowlers, umpires. So just to rhyme.
So we can't say umpiresses.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm over it. I don't care if you call them a batter or a batsman. Who cares? Everyone knows what a batsman is. It's a person that bats, male or female. Who cares? Anyway, Tim David won't be playing for Australia anytime soon. I'll put it that way. Or can he play for Australia? I'm confused to who this guy really is, to be honest. Well, the fact that they're calling him Australian annoys me a little bit.
ESPN Cricket Info saying that he might not. Means they have not distributed any caps.
No, I know. I just said that. I just said that 5 minutes ago. I said no new caps distributed to the RCB huddle, so no Tim David yet. That's why I said that for. Will they keep Hasaranga in the small ground, or will they bring in Dan Christian? I reckon they're going to bring Dan Christian myself. So we're about to see the toss anyway. The toss is very, very close.
I still say batsman woman can have batter. Yeah, because the batswoman becomes too long.
Yeah, I don't get affected by those things, and I don't think female players get upset either. They don't really have a problem with it. So that is true. Rahan Kohli's right. That is the 26th consecutive win of the Australian ODI team. It's pretty good, isn't it?
So toss in 2 minutes.
It's interesting because the game's is not showing today on our. We're not seeing the game. We may see it a bit later because they've got the women's ODI still going through, and the football game is on. They're not showing the cricket yet. They will shortly. So Liam Livingstone, Fabian Allen, Kane Willis, and Faf du Plessis is talked about in the Cricket Monthly this week.
What is the cheat sheet everybody talking about? I don't know.
Well, I'm afraid he's got some point there because let's not forget, they did cheat when it came to the sandpaper gate.
No, I think he's talking. I think discussion about today's match, the Australia versus India women's match. Something happened over there.
Oh, I don't know. I think there was no cheating at all. I mean, I think they're saying that because Australia won.
today that people are saying Kohli versus Dhoni last time. Do you think? Anyway, this could be the last time because Kohli. Good fact because Kohli will not be captain anymore. So, toss delayed by 10 minutes due to a sandstorm.
Yeah, not sandstorm, but a sandstorm. Okay, I see that. Can't they just toss in the dressing room there?
Funny, yeah.
Okay, so we have a sandstorm, do we? Okay. So toss delayed, okay. If they've got a sandstorm, that doesn't sound very good. If it's happening, they may not play the whole
It's a common
game.
occurrence over there in Middle East. In Dubai, Abu Dhabi, it's a very common
Well,
occurrence.
especially around the ground because there's a lot of sand hills not far from the ground as well. They were talking about the fact that the second last ball was a no ball.
The last ball, actually. The last ball was a no ball.
It wasn't Australia's fault.
I think it went to the third umpire, right? Third umpire gave that decision.
Yeah, what is... I've been asked whether people use water purifiers there. We do, but we have good clean water too. But some people use that. They do. But I know Manu John asks. No, Manu John says toss delayed due to sandstorm. It's a sandstorm, a little sandstorm.
Manu has cut copy pasted from cricket.
I know.
That's how you can. When mistakes are copied, you know that this has been copied.
Yeah, there's no sandstorm. It's a sandstorm.
Or what, people from the stand, they came in and stormed in, something like that.
That's Manu John's not happy now. You've embarrassed him.
It's okay.
Harsh asked me if I made my Dream 11. He's gone from water purifiers to Dream 11. My Dream 11 today would include Dhoni.
I'm asking very weird questions. Where's your microphone?
I think Harsh is probably drinking too much.
Yeah. Where do you wash your clothes? I don't know. He's asking weird questions. Which shampoo do you use? Maybe you can tell it to Harsh.
I always laugh with the word shampoo because it has the word poo in it. Does that mean we put poo in our hair? Kaki? Sham kaki?
So shampoo is a word that has come from Indian dictionary.
From poo?
Not from poo, from champu. Champu means like massaging the head. So when you put shampoo and you do like this, so from the Indian word champu, it became shampoo because the Britishers could not pronounce champu, so it became shampoo.
I think it's shamkaki. Shamkaki, okay? Shamkaki. I'm making up word. Yeah, or shampoo, shamkaki. I'm joking.
Kaki means legs in Indonesian.
Kakula. Kakula means legs in Sinhalese, Sri Lankan actually too.
Okay.
Oh, why are they?
Rabanjan is shampoo massage.
If they've delayed the toss, does that mean they've also delayed the start? I wonder.
No idea. Now ESPN Cricket also corrected it. Sandstorm or standstorm.
Oh, what happened to my iPad's on its last legs. It just conks out every so often. Anyway.
Even my son's iPad gets conked out. Need to buy him a new one.
Let's have a look here. So, just having I've got iPads and laptops, everything going on here. Okay, here we go. All right.
I don't know. Today, Friday being a holiday over there, why not have 2 matches today also? So.
Exactly. I don't know why they don't do that. They should do that. Absolutely.
Maybe they are looking at the audience in India. I think that's the logic. Because at this time, it's like mostly people reach home. So if you do it anytime before, any match before, they are like at offices or things like that. So
right.
monetary aspect is being looked at. So that's the main thing. But anyway, coming back, Norman, the main thing, like this could be the last match. That could be what. In fact, this is the last match we are seeing Kohli versus Dhoni.
Do you really think so?
Yeah,
So we're
because Kohli
suggesting
anyway
that
won't be
Dhoni will
captain.
retire.
Why I'm saying maybe that the only way. No, I'm not saying Dhoni will be retired because Kohli won't be captain from next season.
Oh, in terms of captaincy, yes. Well, but if they play in the semi-finals,
yeah, they might. That's what they might meet again. But there's a very high probability in case they don't meet again in this tournament, this could be the last. Because
okay.
who
So
knows, Dhoni might retire.
yeah, I mean, I would argue. I think RCB will play CSK again at some stage through the season. I reckon they will. Because RCB will make the finals. I'm pretty sure of that. And they may then play CSK, which I'm expecting to come second. And if second play third, well, then that will be the case. So how long do they say for the toss? 10 minutes. It's only 3 or 4 minutes away now. So Kohli and Dhoni are chatting in the middle. Dhoni doing most of the talking, and Kohli is just listening. Very cordial, seeing smiles all around. Rory King would hate this.
Already T20 World Cup discussions ongoing. Javagal Srinath is the match referee.
Yeah.
I still remember Javagal Srinath when Kumble was getting his 10 wickets and he was bowling wides to make sure that Kumble gets the next over. But that was really good.
Yeah.
And very professionalism by Pakistan also. People say that, but imagine getting 10 wickets. It's so easy to make sure a bowler does not get 10 wickets. So that was really professional by Pakistan also.
That's true. Oh, we're back now. I'm back. My screen's back. I'd love to be able to see. I don't know whether I want to see whether they're showing anything on the on Foxtel, because they normally have the game on Foxtel.
Okay. For me, it shows usually 1 ball delay. When I watch the match, I get a ball's delay.
Yeah, I think we're going to delay as well. Surprisingly, I'm not seeing any. There's no coverage of the game at this point. We've got European Cricket Championship.
Oh, because of this sandstorm, they would be covering the cameras also, right? So that's why there must be no coverage.
Maybe.
Not maybe. I'm using my deduction skills.
Well, they're talking. They've got Crick Legends here. Crick Legends is like a talkback show, like I do, and Dean Jones is the one being talked to. The poor bugger, of course, is dead now. And he was 59. He wasn't that old. Very sad. That's too young. He was a very positive guy, a very upbeat guy. Yeah, I think there's commentary here from people about Maxwell. Geez, I'd love to see Glenn Maxwell go crazy, or AB de Villiers or Kohli. I want those three to fire. I would love to see RCB win the whole thing. To be honest with you, it would be exciting. If it's not going to be Mumbai Indians,
some new winner comes in, it will be good for the IPL. If
Delhi Capitals the one.
Also, if Mumbai Indians win, that will also be good because you will have a hat trick of wins.
Well, Delhi Capitals never won before. RCB have never won before. CSK have. Mumbai Indians have.
Yeah, Delhi Capitals and RCB of the confirmed teams. I think they're the only teams who have never won.
Oh, it's very exciting.
And Mumbai won it 5 times, Norman. You can see this.
I think that
like Australia won the ODI World Cup 5 times.
Yeah, I think their time has come. I don't think we're going to see. I don't think we're going to see them win again this year.
Yeah, Punjab also has never won. I think. But Prabhanjan is.
Well, Kings 11 Punjab, of course.
Yeah.
It's a different name. Okay, the toss should be due now. The toss is due.
People said DC weirdly reminds me of Deccan Chargers. Now Delhi Capitals.
Well, there was
Because
no
when they
Delhi,
were
was
there,
there?
very, very commonly called as DC.
When did Delhi Daredevils come into force?
Right from the beginning.
Well, then they can't be like Deccan Chargers.
They were Delhi Daredevils, DDs.
I know.
And,
But
yeah.
you were saying that Deccan Chargers were like Delhi. How could they be when Delhi's been Delhi all the way along?
No, I'm
See my
saying
point?
when people say DC, it reminds me of Deccan Chargers. Because when Deccan Chargers were there, they were called as DC.
Right. Okay.
And Deccan Chargers also won the IPL once, if I'm not wrong. 2009 or 10, something like that.
Okay. Deccan Chargers won 2009, so they won the second one. The first one was Rajasthan Royals won the first, wasn't it?
2008, yes. Rajasthan Royals.
And they were called Rajasthan Royals at the time, weren't they?
Yeah. So Rajasthan Royals never changed their name. Mumbai Indians never changed their name. Kolkata Knight Riders never changed their name. Chennai Super Kings never changed their name. Yeah. These four
That
teams
was
never...
Bangalore. They haven't changed them.
Yeah, Royal Challengers Bangalore. 5. They never changed their name. So I think Royal Challengers should change their name. If Delhi Capitals wins this year, then Royal Challengers should take the hint.
And someone's asking the same question I did. If it's delaying the toss by 10 minutes, are they delaying the start of the match by 10 minutes?
I think the team which changed the most name was Pune. They were Pune Warriors. Then
okay, it says we should. It's the next wait is further. The next inspection's in 13 minutes. No, 30. For. Yeah,
how does the sandstorm affect the pitch or the outfield? Any?
No idea. So we've got 13 minutes now before we start the match. Sorry, before they toss. So we're.
Manu, Kings 11 Punjab also changed their name. Pune changed their name 3 times.
Why? Unless it's a sponsor, why would you keep changing it? I don't understand that.
I think in case of Pune, first it was obviously the change of the owners. From Pune Warriors, they changed it to Rising Pune Super Giants. There was a S in the end, and the next year they did some astrology and removed the S, and that's how they came in the finals.
So why did they change Delhi Daredevils to Delhi Capitals? Because of sponsors.
I have no idea for that. I don't follow Delhi.
I think it was a sponsor.
Could be. Maybe if Gurkirat was here, he might give the exact details.
Who?
Gurkirat. Gil.
Yeah, he goes to Mumbai. I was going, oh, no, he's a Delhi Capital. Of course he's Delhi Capital. That's right. All right. Well, this is going to get frustrating now if we're waiting on this damn thing to happen. It looks as though Rohit Sharma looked good. I thought he was looking good yesterday. I thought it was a great situation.
Quinton de Kock was actually looking very good yesterday. Yeah. Okay, so Arun Singh has mentioned Delhi Daredevils ownership change from GM to JSW.
Yeah, I thought that's what it was. It was somehow related to a situation with
Manu John with like this, whether it's better to bat first or to chase. I think fly a kite is better. In a sandstorm, I don't think you'll have cricket.
Music Labs is saying, did the 6 from Shubman Gill impress Sachin's daughter? Maybe. Yeah, they're interviewing Dean Jones. It's hard to believe that he's not here anymore. Very sad. Dean Jones was a legend. He was a great guy. I organised a night for him and Arjuna Ranatunga back in 2011, 2010.
What is your definition of a night means?
Definition of what?
You said you organize a night.
Well, a night was basically an event where Arjuna Ranatunga and Dean Jones talked about the '96 World Cup, and it was before a World Cup, and the year was 2000. Was it 2011 the World Cup or 2010? I can't remember now.
Okay. No, but I rate Arjuna Ranatunga very, very high for his 96 World Cup, because
it was amazing.
The team together, the way he even chided the Australians. Means the way he walked they say talk the talk and walk the walk. He did that.
Yeah.
He challenged them. He said, "Come to me." Because I think Australia did not play in Sri Lanka, right? And Sri Lanka got the 2 points or something. And he was very upset.
Correct.
And the best part was when they had the final in Sri Lanka, in Pakistan, in Lahore, the night before everybody was partying. I think Jayasuriya and Aravinda had gone to the stadium to see, and they saw so much of dew. And that's when they decided that we will bowl first. And next day, when something happened, and they referred to Imran Khan said that you should bat first, don't bowl first in Lahore. But then he went against that, and that decision really proved out to be great.
Well, they completely controlled the match, batting second. They completely controlled the match. It was brilliant. So Padikal's another one that's gone through a bit quietly. Really, RCB have got Kohli, Padikal, De Villiers, Maxwell. My God. They really should be the team.
Prabhanjan, remember Chris Gale 175 versus... Yeah, I remember that. I also remember one match where Pune was already out of the tournament, and I think 18 runs were needed of the last 3 balls, and Dhoni hit 3 sixes. That was also something. It was amazing to watch. 18 runs needed last 3 balls, and he hit 3 sixes. But it was a dead rubber game, so it did not make much of a show.
Could they delay could they not have the match? Is it possible Sandstorm could be that?
Sandstorm doesn't last more than 30-45 minutes because it moves away fast.
Okay. Just seems like there'd be a lot of discussion about the toss.
30 to 45 minutes is max.
Okay. Nothing something so far.
I was there in a sandstorm once in Abu Dhabi, so that's what I've seen.
Quite dangerous, isn't it?
Yeah. You actually, I don't know, means I can't get visuals, but because you need to actually wear a cloth, you have to have your goggles on. Must be a very mild sandstorm.
So a sandstorm, we get sandstorms near beaches in Australia, of course, too. We get them too, but they're near beaches generally.
Okay. Yeah, but I don't understand why.
To me, the favorite IPL batsman of all time. How about Brendan McCullum? And his first match, the first IPL match.
Yeah.
He scored 100.
160. He scored a 150 plus, I think.
Yeah, that made him a lifelong IPL player for that, because that was so much interest in that.
It was a big bang to the IPL. You could not get a bigger bang.
No, that was incredible. And there was an earthquake. Yes, there was an earthquake in Melbourne.
But it's surprising that they're delaying the toss for this. They can just have the toss, right? And then I delay the toss, then do the toss, delay the match. These are some ridiculous rules.
They claim that the toss denotes that you can make decisions about batting and bowling, and if weather conditions change and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, could be. But anyway, there's a big gap between the toss and the match. It's a 30-minute gap. Don't you think it can rain or something? Logically, if you have to toss, the match should start in 5 or 10 minutes, if that is the reason. Like how
True.
in test match it starts immediately, right? In 10-15. Here in IPL, I don't know why they have a 30-minute time gap.
Yeah, Kohli and Dhoni are still having a deep conversation. They would talk. I wonder how close these guys are as friends away from cricket. I guess
they had a good camaraderie, all of these people, even Rohit Sharma. But I don't know how true was this news of Kohli saying that Rohit Sharma should be removed from vice captaincy and someone next. Because if I was Rohit Sharma, I would never take it positively. I would definitely be angry.
Oh, look, being captain of your country, if I'm being honest with you, is a bit of ego as well. Honestly, if I was playing for my country, I'd be happy with that. If I was made captain, it would be great, yes, but I shouldn't be upset if I'm no longer captain. It shouldn't be an ego-driven thing, is what I'm saying to you. Does that make sense? You're playing for your country, for God's sake.
So you are not the captain of the SCG team, Norman?
I've been a captain, but we normally have people like Simon Kadich is our team captain, our club captain, we call it. And he may not play every game, but I've been captain many times. I've played the most matches I've played. I think I'm pretty close to 100 matches now, which is the most that anyone's played. And we're meant to be returning to cricket next month.
100 what? Test matches or?
Me? No, 100 matches for the SCG 11.
So those are what, 50 over games? Like what kind of matches means what?
Yeah, generally 50 over matches. Sometimes they're 20. Sometimes they're mixtures. Sometimes they're longer, but they're generally 50 over. Yeah.
Okay.
So it looks like grand final tickets have been sold out. Well, I need to ask
Manu John, it's time Kohli, Padigal and ABD delivered for us. ABD delivers usually. If he goes one match bad, next match he delivers. I'm not seeing ABD as a player being long out of form. That's a problem with Indian players. You see them long out of form, like Pujara, Rahane, Kohli. they are out of form for 2 years, 3 years. And they still keep on playing.
Yeah.
Prabhanjan, is there something between what?
What's that?
Prabhanjan is asking, is there something between Norman's ears?
No, not ears. He says there's something between what? He hasn't finished the sentence.
I know what he wanted to say, so I just completed it for him.
Between my ears? What would you say that?
Your head is asking, do you have brains or not? Just joking. So what's the motto of this Rabbitohs? Oldest, proudest, loudest. Is that the motto?
What's that?
On the side of your cap, it's written oldest, proudest, loudest.
It's the oldest, proudest, the oldest club, the most proudest club, the loudest club, the greatest supporters.
Okay. Shubman Raj, what Dhoni batting brings for his side? At least last 2 years, nothing. It's only his captaincy and wicket keeping that gets.
It's his presence. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's his presence. So batting wise, I don't see much.
Well, it's the same with the World Cup. He's there for the World Cup as a mentor, isn't he? So
yeah.
Let's have a look here. How? So the inspection should be now. So they're saying, I've got Foxtel going. They're about to go to. They're about to move back.
So I think inspection is okay. So match must be delayed for sure. Means at least by 10-15 minutes. Or will they delay the match by what, 30 minutes?
Yeah. 30 minutes.
No, I'm asking, like, what will they do now?
Well, they won't be able to toss and go straight in the field, I don't think.
Because the toss is delayed by 25 minutes. So the match will also be delayed by 25 minutes?
I don't necessarily think so.
Okay. Then what do you think?
Well, they won't start the next minute. It might take, because they're going to make decisions on who's batting and bowling, of course. So they've got to give at least 15 minutes for the teams to get their pads on and gear on. So, and a bit of warm up. So 15 minutes would probably be the minimum, but you're right, it probably will be half an hour.
I think, see, like in
now
Test
they're
match,
saying the toss is in 5 minutes.
yeah, so the toss is delayed
So
by.
the toss was meant to be now. It's now another 5 minutes.
Okay, so that means
So
toss is delayed by 30 minutes exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So the match will also be delayed by 30 minutes. Exactly.
Well, let's hope not.
But what's with the jackets, Norman? Is it cold over there still? I thought it's temperatures are normal.
What?
You're wearing jackets, or is it cold inside your house? What about outside temperature? Outside.
It's not. I'm only wearing a t-shirt. And it's not wearing that much. It's just that inside the house I've got air conditioning, and it's on cold.
Okay.
So if that makes sense, because it's getting warmer. So it was 24 degrees Celsius today, and up until about 2 weeks ago it was cold. Okay, but now it's getting warmer. I've got the air conditioning on, so yeah, it's mainly because mother wants the place to be kept cool for her sake.
Okay.
There is some noise going on in the background. There's no noise in my background.
I think you're also. Prabhanjan ji, maybe check your background.
Exactly.
This is very waiting, a lot for fans. Somebody imagine grabbing a beer or getting something to eat. Let's watch the match, and the match is delayed. Really terrible thing.
But the most important is you shouldn't think. You shouldn't be clock watching. You shouldn't be thinking about it, because if you do that, time goes really slow. But on Australian television, we haven't even started the coverage yet. We're about to now, I think. They're still talking to Dean Jones, who's dead.
No, but what is it? Some anniversary, like some 6 months? Why are they? He just means.
No, they're just these shows that were produced by Robert Crash Craddock, a guy who does interviews like me. He interviewed a whole lot of people, including Dean Jones. An interview you can't have anymore. This Money Johnson, the first ball is 11:45, which is 12:15. Where did you get that from? Okay, yes, the first ball will be 6:15 local time, which is 7:45.
With no overs lost.
So they're starting 15 minutes later. As I said, toss it on the hour, 15 minutes later.
Because in Test match they give only 10 minutes, right? That to imagine where both teams are on the field, they're going out, one is changing pads, coming back in, and it's a time of only 10 minutes. Here anyway, both teams are there and they can be ready.
So game starts 6:15 at 7:45 p.m. IST.
Norman, I'll make a move then.
All right. Thank you, Baram.
Catch you. What time you're planning to start tomorrow? Tomorrow is a double header, right?
Same time.
So in between the match.
Oh, okay. That's great. I'll sort that out. I don't know yet. I'll start probably pre the first match and pre the second.
Okay, because tomorrow I think 3:30 p.m. India time is the first match, if I'm not wrong.
So I'll start at 2:30.
2:30
maybe
India.
2.
Okay.
2 or 2:30. Probably 2:30.
Okay.
Right.
Okay,
So I'll see. See you tomorrow for either the beginning of the first match or the second match. All right?
Okay, bye everyone. Bye Harsh,
Ciao,
Manu,
brother.
Prabhanjan. Anyone
Take care,
else?
bro.
Do remember
Up the
to
Rabbitohs, up the mighty Rabbitohs.
yeah. Hope they win on Sunday. Sunday, right?
Next Sunday.
Prediction of today's match. My prediction CSK.
Okay. I've got a feeling RCB will do something.
Yeah, but you picked up CSK. Remember, your crystal ball said CSK.
Oh, that's right. I picked up the yeah. All right.
Okay, bye bye.
All right. Ciao. So the toss should be now, guys. So CSK have won the toss, opted to bowl. Okay. So CSK, Chennai Super Kings have won the toss. So CSK have won the toss and elected to bowl. Okay. So Dhoni's saying small venue, few wet patches, and we have some dew last time we played here. No changes in the 11. Our last game was an incredible team effort with Ryuju injured. It was a special performance from the bat. Still, it was not on a par score. So the bowlers kept us in the wickets. So he hasn't changed the team at all. And CSK unchanged. We're waiting for Coley to talk about his team. So again, CSK have won the toss and have elected to bowl first. And they've got an unchanged 11, the CSK team. So your harsh group saying RCB will win definitely. Because RCB will bat first. Let's see what's going on. They're not showing that. So Dhoni, unfortunately, we don't know what's happening with Dhoni yet. So CSK, Chennai Super Kings have won the toss and have elected to bowl. They put RCB into bat. So we'll get to see. So Coley said, wicket looks nice and hard. Don't think it will change too much. We would probably have bowled as well first. A few extra runs would be nice. We look at the positives out of the last game, more than 92 they got. You have to start over right over again. It's really good to get a knocker early on. It was the right thing to happen to us at an early stage. Wakes us up. It's an opportunity to play the cricket we want to play. Got in Saini for Sachin Baby. Jamison's out. Tim David is in. So Tim David is actually in. So he didn't get his cap. He must also. So Navdeep Saini is in. I'm guessing it's Navdeep Saini. In so Sachin Baby is out. And we've got Jameson is out. Coley on RCB. I'm not sure why they would have left Jameson out. Anyway. wear eyes on cricket with Norman Kutchnik cap. Oh, okay. But why I ask? Because I'm actually a South supporter, and they won, so I'll look on my eyes on cricket cap. There we are. All right. So Navdeep Saini is in. Tim David's got no Guernsey, which I didn't say earlier. Okay. So look here, so that would be that. So RCB. So RCB and Chennai Super Kings. Josh Hazelwood's still on there. All right, done all the posting we can now. I have to wait for the game to start. And that's where the difficulty starts. Will RCB get up? That is the question. Will RCB get up? That's the question. They made some changes, but I don't think they're earth-wrenching changes, to be honest. Let's have a look here. What are your thoughts, guys? I'm saying CSK will probably win, but I'd like to see RCB win to keep things going. I think they're due to win. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens here. RCB batting first with a batting lineup that includes Virat Kohli, Devdutt Padikal. He's a good player. And then we've got Shrikar Bharat with Glenn Maxwell, AB de Villiers, Tim David, Warindor Hazaranga, Navdeep Saini, Harshal Patel, Mohammad Siraj, and Yuzvendra Chahal. That's the Royal RCB team. Of course, CSK. Rajaraj Gaikwad, who batted very well the other day. Faf du Plessis, Moeen Ali, who didn't do that well. Ambat Rayudu also did well. Suresh Raina, Andoni, Ravindra Jadeja, Dwayne Bravo, Thakur, Deepak Chahar, and Josh Hazelwood. So that's the rundown of the teams as we stand. We have to start that. Still yet to start that. They got some 7 minutes before they start to play. Okay, so there's about 7 minutes before, 7 minutes before the start play. So 10 minutes, okay. Very interesting changes made by the RCB team. They've effectively brought in an all-out fast bowler and a hard-hitting death overs batsman and place a bowling around a middle order batsman. Here's Shrinks. Okay, so it'd be nice to start this game. Frustrating when these sorts of delays happen. Yeah, they will work hard. RCB score 220, then it's their game. If they score 220, they should win every single time. Shouldn't they, really? Let's see what happens. It should be starting any minute now. So the game's starting in 6 minutes' time, guys. About 6 minutes' time. Well, they should be on the field by now. The Ryder Cup is there for golf as we speak. South Sydney Rabbitohs defeated the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles 36-16. Yeah, Manu, John, I think 220 is a bit optimistic. I think 180 would be a great score. Men's World Cup T20 is also coming up. Don't forget. Let's wait and see. There's just on 5 minutes to go. God, this has been excruciatingly long today. So the T20 World Cup starts October 17th. Today, of course, is March. Well, we now moved into the 25th of September. I think it's my father's birthday. He would have been 93. He's not here. He's obviously passed away. So here we go. Waiting on this to start. We've gone well and truly near the time, guys. If as we lose today, that will open up spot. It will. Yes, I would argue that's pretty close to it. It's going to make it more difficult. I think it'll take a couple of years. So here we are. We're RCB with Chennai Super Kings there. First ball in 4 minutes. That's right. A bit of volume going on there. Coin toss. Coley threw the toss up and he lost yet again. Chennai chose to bowl. So you have Coley, the batsman, Bharat, the keeper, De Villiers, the batsman, Padikal, Maxwell, David. So they're saying that Coley will open with Bharat. Where's Padikal? I would have thought he would have opened up. Hasaranga, Saini, Chahal, Harshal, Siraj. Okay. I don't like the look of this Chennai Super Kings batting lineup for some reason. I'm not that impressed by them. So it's going to be, okay, what do you think about Harshal Patel? India's got he is the leading wicket taker. Well, that's good. Coley is at least his 50 runs and 30 balls, and it would be great. Of course it would be. So we're certainly getting ready for it now. So should be, I'm assuming Coley will be opening with Padikal. Let's just see. Coley is done. He's got the gloves on, as you would expect. Is there any early viewers watching this out? No. Fairly big crowd here in Sharjah, which is Abu Dhabi. Umpires are on the field. Shardul Thakur is there. Out comes Coley yet again. Coley seems to be alone. I'm not sure his batting partner's with him. Coley has a decent beard going there. So Suresh Swain just said hello to Coley. So Virat Kohli's played 201 IPL matches for 6,081 runs, 45 50s. You can't knock that, can you, really? I mean, for God's sake, it's got 45 50s out of 21 matches. His batting partner, Padikal's, played only 23 matches. He's at 5 60s, 6 50s. And the bloke opening the bowling looks like Deepak Chahar. In these 57 bats has taken 55 wickets. Deepak Chahar. Kohli, let's hope he gets some runs. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4. The Vivo clock. 3, 2, 1. Let's play. And Kohli will face Deepak Chahar on a very misty looking ground. There's some 6, 7, 8, maybe 9 pitches on the square. There's runs immediately. There's 4 runs that could well be leg byes. 4, no, it's off the bat. Looks like they've got the bat. Kohli has an inside edge there. And got a decent clip on that, actually. And Deepak Chahar's going, ooh, well, there's nothing ooh about that. It's not a good ball, really. Very misty looking. And Kohli's just clobbered it over mid-wicket. Little scoop shot. He's 8 off 2 balls. Pretty promising. Why is someone saying cricketers not play? That's a good question. See you later, see you later. I don't know. It's money. It's always money. He's at 9 off the first 3 balls. We'll go a little bit into the game, not that long, guys. Let's have a look here. Kohli, Padikal, Bharat, Maxwell, De Villiers, Tim David on debut, Azaranga, Harshal, Saini, Siraj, and Chahal. Yes, I do, but the BCCI don't think that. Deepak Chahar seems like a little tidy little bowler. I don't know if he's over. So the CSK side, Gaikwad, who played very well last time, to Duplessis, and I mean, they got us cheaply. Rayudu batted well. Rayner, Dhoni, old stalwarts. Jadeja, great stalwart. Bravo, assault, and Thakur. Chahar, we're watching now, and Hazelwood. Ooh. It's close to the stumps. There's a fair bit of movement on this pitch, actually. Good seam position, and it held its line and skid through. Okay. So those joining us, please make sure you view, like, and share the posts. We're watching the game here. Paddy Cole, Dev got Paddy Cole's there. Beautiful cover drive through the gap there. Well played. Good start from RCB so far. They've hit, what, some 13 off the first over. Keep that up, they'll get a high score. I watched the full match until midnight. Well, midnight your time. So Tim Davis, an Australian. Well, they've got Josh Hayward, a very famous name, but he's not that experienced at this format. I don't know what happened there, but it was a funny shot. Paddy Cole, good quality player. India got so much depth in this format, as we know. Certainly it's promising. So have you booked your tickets to the ICT20 World Cup? I hope so. What's the... So Harshal Patel, his name's highlighted in purple. Not sure what that means. He's got the purple cap for his bowling, hasn't he? The yellow cap, or the orange cap, sorry, is batting, and purple cap's bowling. So look here. Well, the way we're going, we're going to be in for a pretty good match of RCB. Can keep this batting up. This is the highest rating. Oh, Coley hit a bit uppishly through the gap there. Coley looks determined. And I saw myself on yesterday. So I was asking for some very unusual questions. Josh Hazlewood. Not sure. He's playing in the I believe he's in the Australian World Cup. Oh, we had a go at that. Okay. Have you sorted out? Yes, I have. So the Tin Mignon is the umpire's been around for a while. Coley 12 off 7, Paddock 5 off 4, score none for 17. He wants 2, he should get 2. No. So none for 18 off 2 overs. Purple cap is the highest we can take, right? And the yellow cap is for most runs. Patacole's just taking it easy at the moment. It looks like a batting track, that's for sure. It's going along well. The 2 grounds lit up very nicely there. There must be another ground nearby that they play on as well. The South Sydney Rabbitohs, my team, won 36-16. Easy win. Well, not easy, it was a good win. Okay. Coley seems to be in a bit of a hurry today. That was Patakole. Like I said, it was a good shot. Chahar's not bowling very well. Patakole looks good. He drives beautifully and cover drives beautifully, and front foot drive and front foot cut. So CSK, Delhi Capitals is at the moment the top of the competition. CSK is second, RCB is third. So the win today will put RCB, well, on same points as CSK, but they'll be still third. $24 for none off some 2.4 overs. Coley's not mucking around today. He's just hit a beautiful 4-over cow corner. He's on the 18 and looking very, very solid. This could be a day for Coley. He's looking very aggressive. It's impressive the way he looks today. Very intent. Maybe this whole captaincy thing maybe has settled him now. And put this way, getting all out for 92 last match would have disturbed him. Oops. The keeping gloves of Donia, they look like washcloths, or plastic washcloths, or mitts, but not keeper's gloves. That's a very unusual colour. I don't know what's going on with the colour. Unusual, like a green, like a plasticky looking colour. Not your best. Oops, he's had a go at it. But Danny still looks fit, still looks good. Can I show my setup? I've just got a computer, 2 computers. It's the iPad, which I'm watching the game, and the computer. Nothing really tricks on. Look, there you go. See? See a computer there? That's right. very misty looking ground. Look at the juice. A beautiful shot from Patakal, right over the head of Hazel. Beautifully played. Not 6, but it may have just, now it's been called a 6. They're none for 34 off. This is certainly a batting wicket. The 220 total may become relevant here. Beautiful shot. Lofted it beautifully. Next shot wasn't that good. Patakal 16 off 10 and Coley 18 off 11. Virat Kohli's beard is very sharpened at the end. Nice little flick shot. Kohli looks in fine form. And of course, Stephen Fleming, the former New Zealand captain, is effectively the coach of CSK. It's been that for quite a few years, actually. Captain New Zealand for, I think he second most Test captaincy behind Graham Smith. Kohli 18, Patakal 17, so they shared it quite evenly. 35 runs. I'm not what an upstock crick index is all about. I don't know. I'm not sure what that's all about. Really, who wins the toss or battle bowls shouldn't really make that much difference, except for the dew factor. It certainly is relevant. So, Kohli will score a century. Do you think Harsh Gupta? Well, that's going to be a big call. This guy called Bharat coming in. I think he's the keeper. No, he's not the keeper. Is he? I think he's the keeper. Siraj Hossaini there. Hazarang from Sri Lanka. Kohli facing up to Chahar. No, the Shardul Thakur's come on. This will be interesting. Bowling to his captain. Oops, it wasn't meant to go there. It looks very aggressive, does Kohli. So far it's worked. Sajid Khan is missing the World Cup. Okay, what's happened there? So umpire cheated in the last ball against India women. That's what was another bad ball. Yeah, it looked a bit unusual, but I don't know if they cheated. Maybe a mistake. I don't know. Shardul Thakur to bowl to Kohli on 19. I want you to come on RCB's channel. Well, on their supporters channel. Well, I was on the Delhi Capital one, recently, so I haven't got any great contact with RCB one, so we'll see. Coley's looking very solid, that's for sure. Coley's looking very solid. 29 out of 15 balls. Padikal 18 or 12. Pushing singles around the occasional good 4 and 6. None for 38 off 4.3. It's a good steady. So the commentators are deep descriptor, Sunil Gavaskar, and some also. Bharat's got a fairly small, low strike rate at 84. Maxwell and Zavili is 150 plus. Tim David has no strike rate because he hasn't played. Coley hit a beautiful shot over deep mid on for 6 by a country miles on the roof. Shardul Tucker's been absolutely smashed. Coley looks on his form on 26 not out. Well, this is definitely a batting wicket for sure. A lot of Indians in Abu Dhabi, obviously. There's a very big crowd there. I guess it's time for neutral umpires, enough of home umpires. Yeah, but it's a matter of COVID, though. Satvik, Bulgaria. It's about the amount of people that are there available locally that you have to. I don't think an Australian umpire would deliberately make an Australian team win. That's not true. $45, 46 run opening partnership. Coley's on 27. Padikal 19. Tucker's gone enough for none for 10 and he's in his second over. Padikal's wiping his face. Maybe it's a bit of sand on his face. Could be the sandstorm could still be around. Tim Davis is an interesting one. They seem to just pluck them out. When a bloke does a bit of good somewhere, they just throw them out of. It's like that circuit. They get them out of. It's a bit disturbing, if you ask me. Rebbe de Villiers is padded up to go in next. I'm assuming Barrett might be the one, maybe. Well, Barrett and Glenn Maxwell's also padded up. Oh, beautiful shot. So the dream team, Duplessis, Chahar, Gaikwad, Padikal, Kohli, Harsh Patel, and Moeen Ali. It was pretty presumptuous, some of the selection there. What areas do you like to watch in YouTube? You used to test a lot on your community. Oh, I like watching all sorts of things, both cricket, rugby league, obviously, some of the historical ones too, like the history of cricket, even the World Trade Center disaster. I thought that was very intriguing watching that. His T20 career is 63 matches in his T20 career. I don't know where the career has been, but Coley's hitting into a vacant cow corner. Coley's on 31 of 19, looking good. CSK lost all their matches last year in Sharjah. That's interesting. RCB maybe confidently think they got a chance. That shot was a rather barnyard type shot. Coley's very briskly moved to 32. Putt a goal on 20. Score 52. No sundries this time. Coley of the century? Well, he could if he bats through. No reason why he can't. It's the first wide of the match. Unusually from Hazel. Hazel doesn't normally bowl too many wides. Because the English guys are not really into the... I mean, Chris Vernon is a little bit, but they're mainly Test cricket followers. They're all got there. Oh, you Arsenal, Chris. Yes, Kylie, Bakul, Dada. I think he can get a century. Why not? Hazelwood's played very little T20 cricket for Australia and is in the World Cup under sufferance somewhat. He's not really a regular bowler for that side of things, to be honest. Let's tap and run a little bit there. Nothing wrong with it, I guess. So India cements as the supporter of CSK with Aquitas, I can see as well. Kohli on 33, Padakal 21. Jadeja's coming on the ball now. None 55 off 6. It's 200 is looking very possible if these two continue to play. We'll hit 20k by the end of the, I think, or mass start. Thank you. You have to share it though, Bakul. They have to share these posts. Anyone coming on now needs to subscribe. Ravi Chandra's Jadeja. Ravindra Jadeja. Sorry, I got it right. Jadeja is coming in. He's a pretty clever bowler. And Padikal's hitting straight back over his head beautifully for a lovely fall. None for 60. Good opening partnership from these two. Much needed. Kohli got out for a duck last time, so I think he was fuming with himself and he wanted to do better next time. All right, guys, this is a bit of. I'm going to watch this Jadeja over and then I'm leaving, guys, because you know, what a partnership! Yeah, it's been great, hasn't it? Get us some glamour back. It's a long series, guys. We've got a lot of crescendos to go, a lot of games to go. We'll get Asia back later on. Don't worry. All right, guys. So I'm going to leave you with RCB number for 60, Coley 34 not out, and Paddock 25. They're batting very well today. She's having a bowl now. We have had a great time tonight. South Rabbitohs won today. They are in the final. What's the time of sitting out? The time of sitting out is 1:45 in the morning. How you help Naroshan Dickweller? Naroshan Dickweller is known since she was a kid. All right, guys. I'm going to see you. So don't forget, we'll go at Norm Koch is my Twitter and my Instagram handle. Eyes on Cricket with Norman Kochnick is the YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button, hit the so-called notification button, and view, like, and share the post and spread it around. And my thoughts on the English-India match. It was good to see India come back to a bit of form. India almost knocked Australia off. It was great. Australia, don't forget, have actually won 26 in a row now. That's quite a record for men or women, for that matter. And you're not going to subscribe. I think that's the least you could do, guys. There are people that are on now. Please subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. It costs you absolutely nothing. We'll see each other tomorrow. There's a double header tomorrow, so I'll be starting earlier. I'll do a pre-show, probably of both shows. Okay. In your opinion, was it last ball a no ball or not? Didn't look like a no ball to me, to be honest. What do you think of all the total ICB? So I think they'll be over 200. Which channel you can watch IPL in Australia? Foxtel, FLX-tel. All right. So any more questions, guys? Because I'm about to go now. Above 200 for RCB, I think so. I think definitely above 200. All right, guys. Are you going to sleep? I'm going to go to sleep now, guys. So I'll talk to you all tomorrow. See you later.